Pretty unreal. But again, as you just mentioned, Harrier on a bit of a tear right now. He's making a comeback, not the start he wanted, so now it's his time to really make his way back up. But Consus, formidable foe, our first ever GeoGuessr World Cup winner back in 2023. Let's see these players go head to head. I think it's going to be a good time.
Especially given the start that Harrier had, it's really impressive. He's already back to 12 points in 8 matches. Harrier, a player who has improved massively. Wait, is this the UK? Oh yeah, I guess we're driving left. Are we? Wow, I guess the UK was not my first vibe here, but I guess we're driving left. Fair enough.
Good for Harrier.
It is good for Harrier.
Home court advantage.
Wow, really similar guesses. Yep, that's a great guess. Wow, Harrier knows it's England for sure.
Very great guess from Harrier. A good start to the matchup.
But yeah, Harrier's improved massively. One of the players who's probably grinded the most since we sort of last saw him. So he's improved at moving and everything else. Again, Consus still the more experienced moving player, but Harrier's getting better at that. And I think even the moving game here will probably be pretty tightly contested.
Round 2 here. They're off to the races. Both on the same road right now. They've made their way over. Harrier opting to look at this sign while Consus goes right past it.
Consus may have seen something. Consus has a taxi. I think they both found.
They both, yep.
The taxi with Sakatekos on it.
You see, is Consus' camera frozen right now, or is he just like that?
He might just be incredibly locked in, but...
Okay, no, that's gotta be frozen.
He looks pretty frozen, yeah.
It's hard to tell with him sometimes, because he's so composed. Probably our most composed GeoGuessr player.
He's up there for sure. Those Ceará lamps, we have sort of lollipop-looking palm trees, as well as the sort of decorative street lamps, I think are both decent clues for the state of Ceará in northeastern Brazil. But I think neither of them are 100%, so hard to be sure. Fortaleza, yep, there you go. That is the capital of Ceará, so...
Yeah, there it is.
Both players have the same sign. See if they can get the town.
Oh, Consus sees some more towns here. Could be helpful if he can find them.
I might be able to triangulate, but not a lot of time to do it.
Only 8 seconds left on the clock. Both players close to each other. Consus with more information. Can he find anything? Doesn't seem like he is. Oh, he does find enough to get him closer there. Still a frozen cam, though. It's part of what confused me a bit, because I was like, oh, he looks pretty just calm. Doesn't look like he's scanning.
Permanent mannequin challenge from Consus.
Yeah, imagine. It's not a frozen cam. He's just doing that.
Just to assert dominance.
That would be, wow. That would be insane.
Not moving a muscle.
Oh, both players in the exact same town. They see it on the sign.
Oh, yeah, they must have seen Ho on one of the signs, yeah. All right. Again, Harrier showing he's gotten a lot better at moving recently. He knows more place names. He knows more area codes. He just knows more moving type clues. And definitely keeping pace here so far.
We move on to round 5. Consus, a little lead here.
Or Acadia? Is that the Acadian flag on the street signs? That's interesting. So Acadia is like the sort of northernmost part of New Brunswick / like also parts of Quebec. You'll see Acadian flags. I'm not actually sure, but let's see. That is the Acadian flag.
Okay.
It is just the French street signs are just French. Okay, it is just going to be Quebec.
And he has a road number. Harrier has a road here, 138.
I would like further east because I think Acadia is just more east towards New Brunswick, but I could be wrong. Oh, it's there.
Consus right there too. They both have the road number. Consus much farther east.
Quite a bit farther east. You might be right.
He is. What a guess from Consus there with 3 times damage. That's big points. That brings Harrier down to only 2,000 health as we go into round 6.
Really well done by Consus. I don't think he had the town name, but he kind of just lining up the road, maybe saw the coast to the south, and did a really nice job with that. We have a 035 area code, which I think is KwaZulu-Natal, which is this province that Harrier is currently in. It also says KwaZulu hardware, so should be there. As for what specific town, though, that's a little harder to say. Harrier's locked it in.
Yeah, Harrier with a quick lock. Consus just looking around, seeing what he can find in his last seconds. He's collected, he's calm, collected, he's ready to go. He doesn't let the pressure get to him at any moment. It is just between them, but Harrier a little closer.
Let's guess from Harrier. Doesn't take much off of him, but again, 4 rounds left to go. There's plenty of time for this to turn around. Harrier just needs a round that's a little more in his favor.
Round 7 now, 4 times damage. Harrier could make a comeback here, but he needs a really good guess, and he needs to throw Consus off guard if he can. Would appear to be we're possibly, what would you say, Mexico on this one?
Mexico is what I would say here. But then, again, really large country, really tough to region guess a lot of the time. I'm not getting too much of a specific vibe out of this round, so this could definitely shake things up.
There's really been no information so far. Harrier's just opting to line up a road and make a region guess, but Consus has just found a sign. Is this Santo Domingo there? I don't think there's much information there that would be too important here. A state would be nice to know. San Luis Potosi here from Consus in the western part makes sense because it's drier. Harrier right there with him.
Great guess from both.
Wow.
My goodness. That is impressive. I don't think either of them had info. I mean, Consus had a couple town names, I think, but they were not large, and he didn't find them. He just region guessed it.
Very impressive region guess.
South Korea, not what Harrier wants to see right now. He needs bigger countries.
Definitely needs some big countries.
Consus trying to move, but he can't because the coverage in South Korea is so incredibly broken that you can't ever move where you want to move.
Oh, it's so slow. Yeah, they're just gonna no-move guess this, most likely. There's really not much else to go on. Harrier with the Busan. That's a pretty far south commit there. I mean, there is some water there. You do see a port, so it does make sense. Consus possibly will follow. No, he's going farther north near Daegu. Harrier as well.
Yeah, I don't know if they have an area code or anything. Doesn't just mean South Coast.
Okay. Ends up being South Coast. Harrier moves back down to Busan. Ends up working out well for him. He takes a round win. Not a lot of damage down to Consus, but he stays alive. And we go into round 9 now with a 5 times multiplier. This is a position where he could make a comeback.
It's the area code, though. Acre area code. Sena Madureira is the town. Harrier has the code, but I don't think he has the town name, and Consus does have the town name, which is right there, which I don't know why he isn't clicking it. It's right there. Just to the east of his... What? Wait. It says Sena Madureira on that yellow sign. I'm not sure if he doesn't see that, or... There he goes. Yeah, he just didn't see it.
Now he's seen it. Harrier doesn't have that same sign, which is so helpful, but he... Oh, he is. No, he's right there. He's in the town.
But he's thinking about switching because I don't think he actually knows for sure. Oh, he switched.
Oh, he does. He switches last second.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That last second switch is going to win Consus the moving game.
Wow. Yep. Harrier didn't have the town name. That was just kind of his initial click, but he ended up taking the risk going a little more west. Didn't work out for him. But we saw just the amazing consistency in Consus, from Consus in that game, in the moving. I mean, I don't think he even went below 5,000 health, but he's just, not only is he incredible in the other modes, he's really, really good at moving, and I think he's a little bit underrated in moving. He knows so much, he's so consistent, he's just so hard to beat in any mode.
Yeah, it looks like we're having a bit of a cam issue there. I don't know what that was. That's what you see in nightmares.
Yeah.
But there's Consus. There's the Consus we know and love, instead of whatever demon was there before. But he's back, and we're going on to no moving. The players get one 360 panorama. No moving up and down the road anymore. Harrier lost the moving game. If he wants to stay alive, he's got to win it here and take us to NMPZ, or Consus will win this no-move game, gain 3 points toward his world ranking. Let's see. They're off.
Yeah, so I like UAE here. Definitely makes sense. We have mountains here. The car isn't the Oman car, so they'll know it's not Oman, but with these date palms and the tall mountains, they should be somewhere in the eastern UAE. And both players will know that.
They're both right in that same pocket.
Southern guess, especially from Harrier. I don't know what it is that's making him think that in particular. But I could see it.
Consus locks quick. Harrier debating moving up, but he's staying right there, so shouldn't see too many points. Just around one here. And they're right there next to each other. But Consus,
wow.
right on it.
What do you even do against this guy?
It's insane. It's impossible. Who's gonna beat him?
And the level of gameplay we've seen from like Consus, Blinky, Radu, Finbar, I mean, it really feels like it's just a level above. It's amazing what they're able to do.
Yeah, it's honestly wonderful to watch, especially considering how much things have leveled up just since our very first World Cup.
Yep. It really is amazing how far the game has progressed even since then. I like the Nakuru guess. We have a little cord on the car, which is found similar or commonly in the area around Nakuru. Bit north.
Bit north, Constance a bit closer. We go next.
Nothing too significant so far. We're just maybe hoping for a country that he's good at. We have another Kenya round with a cord again.
Back in Kenya. Constance unfrozen almost looks like he did when he was frozen, but now you just see his eyes move. Oh, no, there's
the same area.
There's some movement. Yeah, similar guess from Harrier once again.
Yeah, he's like one road over, but ooh, he's thinking. See, I was wondering about this because the road from Nairobi to Mombasa also has a little cord on the car, although I don't know, is the landscape too dry to be there? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to say. Looks like he's going to stick in Baringo County, I think is where he is. And we will see. That's the right idea.
Consus possibly confident on a road here. Yeah, he's locking it in. He had something lined up, but Harrier has something that sort of lines up too, actually, so we'll see if one of them has it right, or it's just somewhere completely different.
Consus on the road. Wow.
On the correct road. What do you do against that? I mean, what do you do? It's just... He's on the right road. He's on the right road in rural Kenya.
Random little white road in rural Kenya. I mean, you just have to applaud. That's all you can really do.
Pretty much.
Southern Chile here.
Yeah. Southern
Fall
Chile.
coverage. A lot of sort of red and orange foliage here, which you get a lot around Koihake, which is close to where both of the players are. Wonder if it's line-upable. I mean, we have a lake to the west, so it might be doable. But there are a lot of small roads, so we'll see.
Harrier's got to lock in, putting the pressure on Consus. Consus gone, taking his time. He knows he's got still 4, 3, 2 seconds left. Consus a little closer. That consistency, it's just too hard to beat. Yep. We saw it when he played earlier. It's just Consus, no matter what, will just be that slight bit closer. That will continue to deal that chip damage. The multis rack up. And when he keeps that consistency, the multis rack up, and then he just takes the game. We'll see if he does it again here against Harrier. Harrier definitely wants to come back here round 5.
You just don't see him make major mistakes. By the way, Kiambu County, Harrier sees that. Harrier knows Kiambu County. Does Consus? Probably yes. Because again, Consus, better moving player than you would expect. Knows his stuff. Can Harrier break the flawless?
We'll see right here. Nope.
Nope.
Consus just still closer. Over and over again. We move on to round 6. Harrier can make a comeback here. It's doable. The multis are rising. You need one slip up from Consus. But will Consus ever make one?
He hardly ever does. We will see. Rural Europe here. Definitely not easy. Harrier going Netherlands. I don't mind it. There's some signs in the distance, but they're very hard to see.
He locks it in. He's been locking in things pretty quickly here against Consus in the no move, possibly trying to put on some pressure.
I was wondering if it could be like Baltic or something, but I don't know. Netherlands could work too with the lack of telephone poles. Yeah, they're both going Netherlands.
Both go northern Netherlands. And Consus still a little closer. That is unbelievable. And you can even see if you were looking at the cam there actually seemed to be a little bit of confusion from Consus, which is not something you ever see, and yet he still pulls off a better guess.
Consus, of course, from the Netherlands, but even that round for him was not easy. That looks like a Kanto plate to me. The silver plate was sort of almost handwritten looking writing on that electricity pole, which points towards the Kanto region, which is the area around Tokyo. Consus is there. I would guess that Harrier will follow suit, but we will see. I don't know how good he is at Japan. But looks like he's got the same idea here. Yep.
Yeah, both right there. Shouldn't see too many points. 4 times damage. Japan is bigger than you'd think, so maybe a bit of points here, but really shouldn't be too much. We're just going to move on to our round 8, where things are going to get real serious.
And
Harrier
breaks it. Nicely done. Great guess from Harrier.
Yeah, that's a great guess. That's 1,000 down. It gets a little bit closer. Round 8. We are on India by the looks of it.
Yep.
So this is big country, big points. Are those regional polls? Will one of them know it? Harrier, farther south in Andhra Pradesh. Consus has not opened the map, which is a classic for him. You never know what he's considering until he just makes that last second, really accurate guess.
I don't see anything distinctive about these polls, but I'm not an India expert. There are a lot of specific metas that I don't know. Often Andhra Pradesh will have sort of ladder polls, types of polls you'll see in Brazil, for example, which we don't see here, but that, of course, doesn't mean it can't be Andhra Pradesh. And that is also where Consus is.
Yeah, Consus there, too. They're slightly far apart from each other, though.
Yep. It's a pretty big state.
Pretty much opposite sides of the state, so this actually could be pretty big points, depending on where it is. It's south. Consus a wee bit closer there. They are both in the right state, but that multi, how big it is. Harrier is now an 1,800 health.
On the ropes for sure, but not out of it.
Not out of it at all. We're on round 9. There's only this and possibly one more with that 10 round limit. You gotta do it in 10. Whoever has the most health at the end will win. This is one of Harrier's last final chances here. He's going North Spain. I do like the guess, but it seems Consus right there in Spain too, also in the north, just farther east. We'll see.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I think the guardrail maybe has some yellow reflectors. We have a sign in the distance that has red all around the edges, both very good clues for Spain. So, it does make sense. I think this Harrier can't win or take the lead here, but he can survive, and if he survives, he can hope for something a little more favorable in round 10.
We'll see. They are pretty close to each other now. Consus just moved. Now they're basically right next to each other, so this should take us right to round 10. We'll see. Should just be a couple points. Harrier is a little closer. He's got to do it in the next round. Round 10 is it. Round 10 is everything. Will we get NMPZ? Will Consus take it 2-0?
It has to be now for Harrier. He's got to hope for a decent round here.
It's all based on this.
Winnable.
Argentina, by the looks of it, definitely could do it. Consus with the first plonk this time. Harrier to follow, far north actually, which I do like. There's some kind of cloudier coverage like this up there. Consus relatively north too, so
Santiago
even if
del
Harrier's
Estero
closer...
work. Yeah, I like both guesses. I mean, they're both entirely possible. I do like the general vibe, northern Argentina, sort of flat green landscape. But it's tough.
Definitely tough.
Harrier's going to have to make a heck of a guess, but he can do it. I still think it's possible for him to win this.
Yeah, with 5.5 times damage, but they are pretty close to each other still, so this really could come down to the wire here, but if one of them's right on it, could change everything. We'll see with only 3 seconds left. The timer runs out. Neither made a guess before it. The whole minute will decide it.